little cutting limit, okay? This is not a fast food church. You don't drive this not like McDonald's. You drive through, and you're in or out. You get so depressed like God, you forget about what's going on out there. Yeah, I just want you to get a mic for a second. Get a mic. Get a mic? Get a microphone. I want to do something for a second. People, let's just stand up for a second. Let's just stand up and give Jesus 60 seconds of praise. Glory, honor, and praise. Father, we let the devil know that we're not afraid, Father God. In the name of Jesus Christ. Because if we've been with you, who is the devil? Father, so we declare victory tonight in the name of Jesus Christ. You can be seated in the presence of the awesome God. Amen. Amen. Hallelujah. People of God, is so good.
Amen.
You know, there's a lot of people that like to be on the mountaintop, right? I don't like to be in the mountaintop. It gets boring up there.
Amen.
I'm a fighter in Christ. I'm a fighter in Christ. You know, I want to share two things with you before I get into the message tonight. The Lord gave me a word. The Lord gave me a word for this weekend, and it's to prepare the church for the end time.
Yes.
The church is lacking. If Jesus were to come today, 80% of the church would stay behind.
Wow.
That's how sad, pathetic the church is in the condition it is in today.
That's true.
The church is in a sad state that if Jesus would come today, 80% of us would stay. Because we're not living. We're not living for the coming of Christ. We're living for ourselves. We're living in worry. We're living in fear and unbelief. So I want to share some stuff and what's going on. See, there's a lot of gifts that God gives us. I don't put it on the resume. I'm not into these preachers that they got prophets. This week they're the prophet. Next week they're the cardinal. Following week they're the pope. Just be a servant, Jack. Shut your mouth and sit down and just serve. I mean, just sit down and serve. Do something. Clean the bathroom. Do something. Serve. I mean, all these robes and all these rings and all this other stuff. It's like you dress for Halloween. I mean, that is the condition of the church today. I love to come here. I don't have to put on a suit. I don't have to put on a suit. Listen, the day I die and they put on a suit, I will come back to life for 5 minutes and take it off and go on my undies. I'm going free. You don't have to dress up to be anointed. You don't have to be dressed up to be anointed. All you have to spend time with God. You're anointed. You're anointed. Listen, before I come in, there's two profound things that are happening, and I discern two things that happened past couple of days and happened here a few minutes ago. A few seconds ago, something happened here in the atmosphere, and we missed it.
Wow.
That's why I beg God. I don't ask God for stuff. I say, give me gifts. Make my gifts as sharp as a two-edged sword.
Amen.
So when we thought the stuff that was going on here was mystical, because someone was sitting here thinking it was mystical.
Wow.
And God was releasing a message and you missed it.
Wow.
It's called the spirit of interpretation.
Yes.
So the Lord was grieved. The Lord was grieved because He was saying, the Lord was grieved because the Lord was saying the end is coming, it's near.
That's right.
The Lord was saying in the spirit realm, He was saying the end is coming and it's near, and I'm going to prepare my church and make all things new. That's what the Lord was saying in that moment of time. The Lord was saying the end is near, and we're missing it. How is it that we are the Church of Jesus Christ, And we're missing God's opportunities. You know, people, I could lose money. I told this in many churches. I could lose money. I could lose friends. I don't care. Jack, you need to go. I got the kids that tell you goodbye.
Amen.
I ain't hold on to something God don't want me to hold on to.
Amen. That's right.
Believe, I'm going to miss you, but see you later, alligator. It's the way it's going to be. Because, you know, I could lose anything, but I can't lose Jesus. If you don't fit the script, you need to go. You ain't putting me down, Jack. I ain't DiCaprio went down with the Titanic. Oh no, not me, Jack. Ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna hold on to the planks. I'm gonna be like Paul in the book of Acts. I'm gonna hold on to the planks. I'm gonna hold on to something that represents Jesus. Because the planks in the book of Acts, when the ship broke, the plank represented the cross. That's why they was able to make it and they didn't drown.
Oh my God.
When the ship broke, every piece of wood represented Jesus Christ. That's why even the crooks, when they hold on to the plank, they had a change of mind. They didn't even escape. They had a chance to escape. They escaped. They hold on to the piece of the cross. It made it. You see? So the move is going on. God is preparing the church for the end time. The end time is near. People, I don't care who become president. I said this before. I don't care if you put Ricky Ricardo in the White House. It ain't going to happen. He can play the bongos all he wants, and we ain't going to get... Nothing can happen. We're coming into serious time that we're not ready. We'll miss Jesus.
That is true.
We'll miss Jesus. We're coming to... Listen, it doesn't matter who's in the White House.
That's right.
It doesn't.
Things are not going to change. They're going to get worse.
Amen.
But those that live by faith will see the move of God like you've never seen it before. You've never seen it before. You can be asleep. If you want a pillow, we got pillows back there. We'll hook you up. But I'm going with Jesus all the way. I'm going to fight. I'm going to beat the devil down like he stole something. I'm going to get mine.
Yes.
I'm going to get mine. I spent 25 years wasting time. I'm going to get mine. Let me give you something else that we miss in the news. Other preachers don't have been talking about it because they can't see in the spirit realm. Paris. Okay? A place of debauchery. Now undermining what happened because innocent people died. I'm not mocking that. A place of debauchery. A place of different religions and spirits. Setting up the stage for the Antichrist.
Wow.
So now you walk into a concert. Listen to me carefully, so I don't want you to miss it. You walk into a concert. A bunch of devil worshippers on stage.
Yes.
And they start singing a song, Kiss the Devil. That's the song that they started to sing. Kiss the Devil. I was a devil worshiper for 25 years. I kissed the devil and I sold my soul to the devil. So when you come in and you go into the song of Kiss the Devil, first of all, the other songs that they had sung was leading to the stage of that song. You with me? You come in, sit down, girl. We ain't gonna charge you. Come on, hurry up. So I want you to listen to this. Kissing the devil means this. Make a contract with the devil. And when you make a contract with the devil, now it's saying kiss the devil. That means you make a contract with the devil. Because when I sold myself to the devil, I had to kiss the devil to make the contract. So when you kiss the devil, it means a covenant, it means contract. So when they sung the song, Kiss the Devil was requiring one thing to close the contract. Blood. He was requiring blood to seal the contract. Because when I sold my soul to the devil, when I kissed the devil, I had to give my blood. So that's why in the situation, the devil showed up. Now he said, I'm here, you kiss me, and the only way we're going to seal this contract is by the blood of the humans that are here. So he that's why you got to be careful what you sing. That's why you be careful what you talk. That's why you got to be careful what comes out of your mouth. Because you could be kissing the devil too, without even realizing it. I don't listen. I'm I'm Puerto Rican. I got crazy temper, right? So let's just put it out there. Tell you the way it is. Mess with me, I mess you up. You cut me off, I chase you. I got 400. My car got 400 horsepower. I'm gonna catch you. I'm just the way it is. But I watch what comes out of my mouth. Because the devil, anything that comes out of your mouth, the devil has legal rights.
Yes.
Legal rights. It's called contract. It's called binding your words to the dark side. Binding your words to the enemy. Binding your words that the devil can have legal rights over your life. And now that you sign a contract with your mouth, and the devil bought territory off you. See, so you see, today we're not saying that in the church because we're in bed with the devil. The church is in bed with the devil. I'm gonna prove it to you tonight by the preaching. How the church is in bed with the devil, and if you sitting under that teaching and that preaching, you need deliverance tonight. You need deliverance tonight. You can't tell me you can't sit under poison and you know something gonna get you. That's why I love my church. That's why I used to love David Wilkinson. David Wilkinson preach anything. He'll preach anything. I was convicted to anything. He preached my potato chip. I was convicted. He preached about candy bar. I was up there just because I was diabetic. Anything he preached, I was up there just make sure, just in case. The word is a hammer. The word is a hammer. And it's supposed to bring hammer, bring conviction to the sin and the condition you're in. It's not judging. Now Christians are saying, why are you judging me? That's a loophole. That's a loophole. Why are you judging me? When the Bible said that if you see something in your brother, come to him in kindness and gentle and address them. I'm addressing you, but I'm addressing not you, but your condition.
Amen.
Understand? I have to address your condition because if God gave me spiritual discernment to address your condition tonight, I'm helping you so you won't miss heaven.
Amen.
So the word tonight, I'll get in a minute. It's a word that's gonna challenge you tonight. It's gonna challenge us. We can go to another level. Because if you're sitting in a church that you're not being convicted, you're not growing, you're in the wrong church. You're in the wrong church. Your church is a club. That's all it is. You might as well go at 11 o'clock, get your wine going, and do your thing. This is a club. Many clubs, churches are in the world today. Many clubs, many entertainment churches in the world today. Many. I can name few. I don't care. Some of the churches are not going to invite me because you see we got nothing in common. They're not going to invite me to certain churches. I can name a few churches that Joseph Prince ain't going to invite me to his church. You know that. You know better. Joe Olsen ain't going to invite me to his church. You know better. We got nothing in common.
Amen.
I preach conviction and you preach happiness. It doesn't fall into place. You preach New Age. I preach the cross. See, so some of these churches are not going to invite me. Even when Sid Roth invited, it took him a little while before he invited me. Pastor Dave Wilkinson told me never compromise and speak truth.
Amen.
He told me that 3 years. I sat on the Dave Wilkinson. 3 years he meant to me. He said never ever compromise the word of God. Preach truth. Preach truth to the people. That stuck back to me like a piece of gum on your shoe.
Amen.
I'm gonna preach truth until the day I die.
Amen.
In love. No, not in the situation of convicting you, making you feel I'm better than you. I'm not even better than you. I'm in the same boat you are, Jack. I need Jesus as much as you need Jesus every day I get up.
Amen.
Every day. You live in New York City for a month. You tell me you don't need Jesus more than me. Trust me. Over here is laid back. Over here is laid back. You got it easy over here. Go to Times Square. Go to Times Square. Listen, Times Square is so crazy that Elmo got arrested last year. No, SpongeBob got arrested last year. They put cuffs on him and took him away. That's how crazy Times Square is. They used to pack when SpongeBob get locked up. That's how bad things in Times Square. You see the naked cowboy, you see the naked girl. I mean, Sodom and Gomorrah all the way. And you got Elmo, Witty, and you got all these cartoon characters out there hustling your money. You know, things are crazy. You gonna take a picture and you pay me, or we're gonna throw it down? It's in the news. So imagine. And then we got Times Square Church in the middle of everything, in the middle of that mess. In the middle of that mess, Times Square Church is there. The light and the beacon of Jesus Christ in the middle of that situation.
Yes, Lord.
Imagine. So my message tonight, are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready to meet Jesus? You know, one of the, I preached this the other day, and I'm just going to share a little portion of it. It blew my mind when God brought revelation to it. And I read it many times over and over, especially I was demonic for 25 years. So I used to like to read that, Mark chapter 5, the demonic man in the tombs and all that stuff. I just want to shed a little light on that. The demonic man in the tomb, you know, the demonic man in the tomb was, I mean, he was like, that brother was gone. He was so gone that he lost his identity.
Yep.
So much so that when Jesus came and addressed him, he didn't even give Jesus a natural name.
Nope.
The demon was speaking on his behalf.
Yes.
The demon was so engrafted in his life. The demon was so engrafted in his life that when Jesus addressed him, the brother didn't have a name. The condition of that person was so messed up. The Galilean man was so messed up in the condition that he was no longer speaking. The demons were speaking on his behalf. So imagine that this person, it boggles my mind that the disciples walked with Jesus, slept with Jesus, ate with Jesus. They did everything with Jesus. And they still didn't know that he was the Son of God. How is it that you come to church every day? You're a Christian for 20 years and you still don't know God. You know of him, but you don't know him. And that's the condition of the church today. You know of who he is, but you don't know him personally. And you never had an encounter with him. All you got is religion. Or you're faking it until you make it. That's what you're doing. So here, the disciples on the boat. Listen to this. The disciples on the boat, cruising on the other side with Jesus. The man in the tomb. I want you to catch this picture. This blew my mind. I was like, man, I was going to go to therapy that week after I saw it. The disciple was on the boat. He said, we need to get to the other side. And they're hanging out with Jesus. Jesus did a miracle that fed 20,000 people, historians say. How you gonna grab like a Happy Meal and you're going to feed 20,000 people with a Happy Meal? 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. He fed 20,000 people. The Bible said 5,000. Historians said 20,000 because there were kids and people. There were 5,000 men. The rest were kids and children and mothers and all that stuff. And he still didn't believe that he was the Son of God. They saw Lazarus raised from the dead and still doubted. Now the man in the tombs never heard of Jesus, never hung out with him in the book of Mark, never hung out, never ate with him, never fellowship with him. And as soon as Jesus stepped out the boat, he knew the atmosphere changed. He knew that the atmosphere has changed in his life. As soon as he stepped out the boat, as soon as Jesus stepped out the boat, he knew there was something different in the atmosphere. Because he ran out of the tombs. He ran out of the tombs and fell at Jesus' feet in worship.
Amen.
Fell at his feet in worship. And he said, you know, the thing was, he said, you are the Son of the Most High. He recognized who he was. And the disciple had no clue. The devil knew who he was, but the disciple didn't know. The church didn't know who he was, but the devil knew who he was.
My God.
The devil knew who he was. And then the devil was so, the guy in the tomb was so awesome, he had his theology right. He had his theology right. You know what he said? What are you doing here before time? We know you're coming at one time. We know you're coming to torture us. But what are you doing here before time? The demon had his theology right. When the church don't have the doctrine right. The condition of the doctrine of the church is prostitution. Prostitution. The condition of the doctrine of the church is how I can pimp you. how I can pimp you to get the best of you. What could I sell you? What trick I can play on you so I can get your wallet? You got stuff now, the torment. The torment is paid already, Jack. You don't have to give money to the TV people.
It's true.
By the way, in case you miss it, you don't have to give money to the TV people because the atonement is already paid at the cross 2,000 years ago. The day of atonement, the TV preacher saying, send $1,000, we're going to put your prayers on the cross. Your prayer's been on the cross. You can do it yourself. Keep $1,000, you might need it later. You can call my breakdown. You might need your $1,000. Hold on to it. Don't listen to that fancy Christian Dior preaching. So here the demon. The demon recognized he was the Son of God, and he recognized the signs of the times. He recognized the signs of the times. That he said, "You coming before the time." My clock said, "You too early to beat me down. You too early to beat me down." The church don't know the signs of the times, because most of the church is in bed with the devil. That is the condition of, and thank God, not all churches, but the condition of the church is in that state. It's so much in that state. Let me tell you one thing. That I had lunch with my friend the other day. He's a pastor, and he told me, "John, you heard about that story?" I said, "What story?" Nothing surprised me anymore. But I said, "Give me the Christian gossip." I said, "Give me the Christian gossip." He said that there was a famous preacher that called the hotel and said, I do conventions at all these hotels, and I want you to take out the porno movies out the hotels. Or I'm going to blow the whistle and tell everybody don't do conventions in your hotel anymore. You know what the managers and the CEOs of the hotels said to them? "Well, you blow the whistle on us, we blow the whistle on you." And he said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Well, we got a whole list here of all your pastors that watch porno when they come to the meetings.
Wow.
So you're telling us, we'll tell on you. So what do you want to do?" And I said, "Okay, well," what do you think he said? What do you think he said? Yeah, "Well, we can still do conventions and your thing." He said, "I have a whole list of your pastors, times and dates, and how many movies they watch." Then how is it that that person, see, it's okay that you sin, and I'm not promoting sin. It's okay that you have a bad day, you miss the mark. God has grace over that situation. God knows that you're not perfect. God knows you're going to get up one day, you're going to say something, or you might act a certain way one day, and God covers that with the blood. But the lifestyle, unrepentant lifestyle of something that you don't want out, that has a grip on you, has a hold on you, that owns you, and then you come to the church and you preach. Until you come to the church and you have the audacity to preach holiness, righteousness, and getting right with God when you're not even right. I'd rather sit down under the Word until I get right, and then come back and preach. Because why am I going to preach something to you that is not real? And I'm not living it. I'm not even living it. And I want you to live it. That makes me a Pharisee. Think about it. So my message today is easy. Right in the book of Jude.
Wow.
Read 1 to 4. This is the message today. I want you to listen to this. Because, I want you to prepare yourself for the end time. Because the end time is coming. You can die tonight. That'll be your end time. That'll be real your end time. You're going to meet Jesus one way or another. Make sure it's the right way. You with me? In the book of Jude. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the book of Jude. It's an amazing book. It's only, I think the reason God let him write one page because it was too much to handle. I read the book of Jude, I'm like, oh my God, let me check myself. If you ain't checking yourself, you're going to end up wrecking yourself spiritually. If you don't check yourself from time to time, you're going to end up wrecking yourself spiritually. Because the truth be told, the mastermind, after the one that's after you, knows the game better than you.
Yes.
Understand that? He knows the game better than you. And if you don't check yourself from time to time, I check myself every 3 months. I believe it. I do my own inventory. I lay hands on myself. I oil myself. I pray for myself. I break stuff off myself. I'm going to heaven. I'm not staying here in this crazy world.
Praise God.
Amen.
When the time comes, I'm not afraid to stay here extra. If God wants me to stay here extra, I stay extra. More soul, more preaching. But when it's my time to go, I'm going to get up there. I'm going to get up there. I'm going to hit the buzzer to get in. I don't know if it's a buzzer, but I'm going to hit the buzzer to get in. You know what I'm saying? Hit the buzzer, punch Pete in the face, get out the way, and come see Jesus. And they got to fix some stuff with Adam and Eve when they get up there. Fix some stuff. Yeah, I'm going to give her a perm. Give her a perm for making things hard for us.
Yeah.
And Adam, I'm going to cast the Ahab spirit out of him.
That's right.
Amen. Serious, truth be told. Go ahead, my sister. I want you to listen to the book of Jude, because this is. I mean, why would God put the book of Jude close to the book of Revelation?
Wow.
So I want you to listen to this part.
Greetings from Jude. This letter is from Jude, a slave of Jesus Christ and a brother of James. I'm writing to all who have been called by God the Father, who loves you and keeps you safe in the care of Jesus Christ. May God give you more and more mercy, peace, and love. Dear friends, I have been eagerly planning to write to you about the salvation we all share, but now I find that I must write about something else, urging you to defend the faith that God has entrusted
Right there.
once.
Defend your faith. Don't compromise your faith. Don't sell your faith down the tubes. Don't buy into the crap that people are preaching that is not the gospel. Paul says to you, if anyone come in any other way, I don't care who it is, and he preach a gospel that is not the gospel, he is cursed. Don't be cursed and intertwined with that person. Cut the crap with the people on TV. Cut the crap with people preaching false gospel, and you buy into that story because, oh my God, he had to make a church. The devil had to make a church too, by the way. That's what he said. Defend your faith. Protect your faith. Guard your faith. Don't play games with your faith. Yeah, my sister.
Yes. But now I find that I must write something else, urging you to defend the faith that God has entrusted once for all time to his holy people. I say this because some ungodly people have worried their way into your churches, saying that God's marvelous grace allows us to live immoral lives. The condemnation of such people was recorded long ago, for they have denied our only Master and Lord, Jesus Christ.
Amen. You hear that? That's a serious piece of chapter of God's word. They have denied. They have created a Jesus, okay, to fit the script to them, to their own agenda, to their own belief, and their own system. First of all, let me tell you something. First of all, we're not in the system anymore. You understand that? You're not in the system. Let me tell you something about the system. Let me tell you, we as soon as you say yes to Jesus, you out of the system. People ask, what would God? First of all, you ask yourself, what would Jesus was born in a major? Jesus could have been born in a 5-star hotel. He could have been born up in Manhattan, maybe the Four Seasons. What did Jesus was born in a major? Jesus was born in a major because he was born outside of the system.
Amen.
Jesus was born outside of the system. He could have been born any way he wanted to be born. He could have been born in Jerusalem, anywhere he wanted. Any hot spot. Any cool hospital. Any hospital that had like a golden bed. Why would he be born? Because he was born outside of the system. We are outside of the system.
Amen.
Why did Jesus die outside of the city? Why did Jesus they hung him outside of the city? Because he died outside of the system. So why you letting the system run your tomorrow? Why you letting the system control you? Why you letting the system of the weak church dictate your tomorrows? Jesus is talking today to people that are weak believers. Weak believers. We cannot no longer be weak believers. And God came to address the church saying no more. God's not going to tolerate weak believers anymore. Either you live for Christ and live 100%. you can't have it all in Christ if you're not willing to surrender all in Jesus. I surrender a whole bunch of things in Jesus. Oh my God, a whole bunch of things. Things I said, Lord, you sure that's not for me? I even rebuked Jesus a few times. Get behind me, Satan. Jesus, I ain't saying it's me. Talking to you. You better wake up. That thing was so real. They were so close. I looked like even marriages. Even point that I was in my younger years as a Christian in relationship that I thought I believed that was God. And God said, let it go, cut the rope.
Yes.
And there's people sitting here today that you caught up in a situation that you need to cut the rope. And Jesus said, cut the rope. Cut the rope.
Oh,
I cried.
Mom.
I was broken, but I cut the rope.
Amen.
Amen.
Don't tell me you're hanging out with someone that you hope he gets saved. You believe he gets saved. But you don't tell me you're hanging out with someone that you're going to save him. Because I had that story too, Jack. You can't play with me. I had the story like, oh, God saved me, and I'm a devil worshiper. He can save that person. Every person's different. So don't tell me about how you going to make sure you fast and you pray and you doing all kind of stuff. You standing on your head, and the person you with, you wanted to get saved. Ain't gonna happen. Cut the rope. Cut the rope. Jesus came, and Jesus put in my heart to tell the people, read the book of Jude, and tell the people that the body of Christ can't be weak anymore. You cannot be weak followers anymore. You can't eat from two tables. You can't eat from the demon's table and the Lord's table anymore. Either you go along with Jesus Christ or you stay behind. You can no longer be that way. Even the Lord said to me, John, speak to the people about the false preachers, the false teachers that are spreading false doctrines in the body of Christ around the world, in their churches, and every congregation they go. They speak against them. Speak against them. He said, they're the sons of the devil. He said the greatest false prophet and the greatest false teacher is the devil himself. The devil went to Jesus and preached Psalms 91 to Jesus in the wilderness. He preached Psalm 91 to Jesus, distorted. Distorted. Preach Psalm 91 to Jesus. You can't preach more. You want to get more distorted? The devil can preach it. And the devil's grabbing the mouthpieces of these people and using it to preach to you.
Wow.
Watch when you say, oh, that preacher made me feel so good. My aunt is a Jehovah's Witness for 8 years. I think more, I think 10 years now. 10 years, 12 years, my aunt is a Jehovah's Witness. And my aunt loved Joel Osteen. The Jehovah's Witness, they don't love nobody.
Wow.
She goes to the meetings.
Wow.
And I got a number on Joel Osteen. The only thing I have a righteous anger for Joe, that he has a church full of people that are going to hell, and he's not telling them the truth. Don't play with people's salvation. Don't play with people's eternity because you want to cash in. Don't do that. Tell the people the truth. Now, if they want to stay, tell them, listen, sorry to tell you today, I'm not a preacher. I never was. I'm a new age. I can prove it to you. I can prove it to you. I'm a new age. I can hold a book called I Am. I'm beautiful. I'm wonderful. No one smiles better than me. I am rich. Thank you for giving me your money. Tell the people the truth. Then, if you want to stay, then you stay. Now it's on you if you want to stay. But don't sugarcoat stuff and tell people stuff when you're messing with people's salvation in eternity.
That's scary.
I mean, how crazy that I turned around. When I was a devil worship, I tell you, you're going to come worship the devil. I'm going to teach you how. You're going to sell your soul to the devil. I'll get you in, and the devil has all these things for you. Now, you know that, the end of the world, you're going to hell. That's it. You want some of this? I'll give you some of it. Like I used to, when I was in the world, I told girls, I don't have a girlfriend. I don't need one. I'm not looking for one. Now, if you want to hang out with me, and you want to hang out with me when I was in the world, and you want to end up in bed with me, then you pick the right guy. But I wasn't selling no fake relationship to no woman. I wasn't saying, come with me, I'm going to marry you. Marry you, Jack? Ain't going to happen. I wasn't thinking about marriage. I got divorced at the age of 27, and I've been single ever since. And I don't talk no Christian woman or nobody. I don't go Well, I mean, tell my daughter. I use my daughter example. I love my daughter. I don't tell my daughter. Every time I tell my daughter something, I say, if it's God's will. If it's God's will, God will do this. If it's God's will, God will do that. I don't promise nothing false to my daughter. Because God's going to hold me accountable to my words.
Amen. That's real good.
I let them know, if God's will, we'll pray. Okay, it don't happen, you take it up with Jesus, don't hate your father. So how is it? How is it that we allow these people to preach and prophesy to us? First of all, they're prophesying everything that they're prophesying, everything that these prophets that are prophesying, nothing comes to pass.
That is true.
Nothing comes to pass. Let me read you a scripture so I can prove it to you. They got iPhone. You got a Galaxy, you're going to hell. Come on, we got to pray, cast that devil out of you. Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 3-7 says, have you not seen a false vision uttering lies and divination? Wherever you say, declares the Lord, whatever you say, declares the Lord through, I am not the one speaking. And Ezekiel says that. And then even to take it a step further for you, even take it a step further, 1 John 4:1, it said, beloved, believe not every spirit. With me? Believe not every spirit. Try every spirit, whether they are from God or not.
Yes, Lord.
Okay, listen to every false prophet have gone out into the world. And we buying the CDs and all that stuff from these false prophets. I'll give you one more. Jeremiah 23:28. Okay, it's in the Word of God, people. Don't be surprised. Don't look like strange, like, take the dust off your Bibles and read them. Buy some NyQuil when you get before you read your Bible in case you catch a cold. Let these false prophets tell their dreams. Right? Tell their dream. But let my true messengers, faithful, proclaim my very word. This is a difference between straw and grain. That is the word of God saying this about the situations that we're in, the condition that the church is in. There's people that are preaching Jesus, but they don't hear Jesus preaching to them. Listen, people, let me say something. When I was in witchcraft, I used to do fortune telling. When I was in witchcraft, I used to give people words of stuff. Every good gift comes from above. Every good gift comes from above. And what I'm saying to you is, who's holding on to the gift? Who's holding on to the gift? Because, you see, we are so memorized by the gifting into the church that we miss the presence of God. We miss the fact that we don't know the presence of God anymore. We don't know if that person is prophesying or teaching or preaching in God's presence. Because the devil's after the gifts. The devil's after the gift because you got to know who you have to discern. Is that man speaking for God? Or is the devil speaking to him? I don't care how nice it sounds. Let me show. I give you one more. In the book of Acts, Paul and Silas was hanging out, and they were out preaching the word of God. And that woman, the divination young lady, was saying, "These are the son. These are the men of the Most High." They're proclaiming the word of God. She was prophesying about them, and Paul, after 3 days, discerned the situation and cast the devil out.
Wow. Yeah.
Because the Spirit was bringing confusion and chaos and saying, this is what the Spirit was doing. See, people, you miss it. The Spirit is saying, if I agree with her, they're going to think I'm with her, and then I can bring them into my fold. See? So if I agree with you, telling people, oh, she is a mighty woman of God, she's an awesome woman of God, she's an anointed woman of God, people are going to say, my God, that's the witch talking. But the witch, no, that means God is down with the witch.
Wow.
God is down with the witch. So now, when the man leaves, the witch said, I got you. Now you think I'm down with them. Now you think that I was part of them. Now you think that I was agreeing with God. Now you come see me, I read your fortune. And Paul said, I need to cast that devil out before I leave the region. Because the devil can't confuse the people. See, that's what Paul, after 3 days, he was able to, it took him 3 days to discern the situation. That was Paul, Jack. Paul was bad. Paul was bad. Tell me Paul wasn't bad. Like, when I go to heaven, I'm going to give him a big hug besides Jesus. Paul was an intellect. He spoke 5 languages. Paul was awesome. Paul was a murderer. That's okay. Paul was a murderer. That's okay. Paul was crazy. Paul gave it all. Paul was part of the Sanhedrin. So when he confronted the Sanhedrin in the book of Acts, they punched him in the mouth. Those are the same people he was hanging out with, going to lunch. Let's do lunch. Those are the same people he was interacting with. Now he's preaching against them. And then the bottom line, Paul was so awesome that he sat in a fig, a camel. Paul was supposed to be the next high priest. And he dropped all that to follow Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Imagine that. Paul was in Peter. Peter was in that little yellow bus. Peter was in that little yellow bus. You get what I'm saying? Peter was on that bus. Paul graduated from the school of Nashallah. He graduated from big time. He had 5 languages, Roman citizen. He had it all together.
Yes.
Then he fell off the donkey. People, I recommend don't get on the donkey. Paul was the man. He was so bad. Paul was so awesome. Man, he didn't even walk with Jesus in the physical.
Yeah.
Wow.
Paul didn't even walk with Jesus in the physical. And he wrote most of the New Testament.
Praise Jesus.
He was so sold out. I mean, so sold out. I mean, he was like, that brother was gone.
Wow.
That's what we need to be.
Amen.
That's what we need to be. Be the Esthers of today. Be the Pauls of today. People, don't give up any territory, any ground to the devil. You understand me? Don't do that. And I just want to end with this part here. Listen to this. Instead of them, they're all about chasing the dollar instead of chasing Jesus. People, the big test is the money test for ministers. That's the big test, the money test. That thing will break you. The money test. You know how many times people tell me, John, come over here, we'll give you. I said, let me pray first. Let me pray first. I can have. Believe me, if I were to act a different way, believe me, I could stay in my house and do deliverance all day long and make crazy money. I got people calling me from Japan, Australia. They said, we'll give you anything you want. Well, just cast the devil off me. Man, I just want to breathe. Well, how much you want? Cast the devil, I want to breathe for a week. How much you want? Imagine if I had a spirit of perversion and a lust spirit about money. I can cast that devil from you and say, give me $1,000 for every devil I cast. I can stay home and cast 7 devils. That's $7,000 a day. 7,000 times 5, how much is that? 35 grand a week.
Yep.
35,000 a week. Easy money. I can do it. Believe me, I can show you. I got this group. You know, they hang out with me. They like my gang. They call it the Christian Hope Network. She got in 1 week. She got almost close to 100 phone calls in 1 week. So now your 100 phone calls, $1,000 each.
Wow.
I pray for you. How much you got in the bank? If I were to do that, what would God do to me? Because you see, people, if you don't have the fear of the Lord, if you don't have the fear of Jesus Christ on you, then the devil owns you. If you don't have the fear of God, I can never do that. Believe I can believe that. It will never work. I'd rather die and go home with the Lord. I will never do that. I can't do that. Because you see, I seen too much in the dark side, and I know the limits of the devil. And then I seen too much in Jesus in the 15 years I've been with Jesus. And Jesus don't play. You got the wrong Jesus in your mind. You think Jesus is a hippie. You think Jesus is a hippie, and he's smoking a joint. And he got a peace sign around his chest. Jesus is a consuming fire.
Come on.
And God will never be mocked.
That's right.
God will never be mocked.
That's good. That's right.
And God has the last word on everything.
Amen.
Understand? So be careful how you handle Jesus. Be careful how you handle him.
That's right.
Be careful how you handle him. Because Jesus is a consuming fire. Jesus holds your very breath in his hand. He can, your meter could expire tomorrow.
Yep.
If he wants to. You understand? It's up to you. Your life. What do you want your life to be? You know, are you going to follow false prophets and false teaching that they're chasing? Instead of chasing Jesus, they're chasing the dollar. I end with this. These preachers, I can name, I'm going to behave tonight. I can name names. I'm going to behave tonight. Preachers accepting invitation in homosexual churches.
Wow.
For the money. The preachers accepting invitation to homosexual churches to preach.
Big churches.
Big churches.
Big.
How is it that I've been in bed with the devil? How is it I'm married? I'm married to Jesus, right? So I was married for real, right? How is I married for real and I go sleep with the prostitute? Then I go home and sleep with my wife. And I mean, let's look at Charlie Sheen. Girl, you slept with Charlie Sheen, you better go check yourself. Charlie wasn't playing. So he was more than get saved. That brother going to hell. Imagine how many women he slept with, Charlie Sheen. Thousands of women. Don't you think the woman right now, they probably frightened what's going on? They're probably frightened. All those women are running to the doctors right now. So imagine that I sleep myself. I sleep with a prostitute. I'm protected. I sleep with her in the afternoon. Now I go home and make love to my wife. My wife trusts me. She loves me. And I sleep with her. And then the prostitute might have slept with 1,000 men that week.
Wow.
Imagine that. So this situation of sleeping with the enemy. Same way. Same stuff, people. Same stuff. So how is it that these people are taking invitation? If homosexual people call me and they tell me, come preach in our church, I said, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I love you in Jesus, but I can't go. I can't accept that. Because it transfers the spirits. How is I'm going to open up myself to those spirits and then bring it to my congregation?
That's right.
I give you one more, and we're done with this. The guy from God TV, I'm going to say the way it is. People don't like it, write me. 917 587 1126. Call me anytime you want. Call me anytime you want. How is it that you got Tom Bentley?
Yes.
Right? Remember the whole thing in Florida?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Professing that he heard from Jesus. First of all, it was a Kundalini spirit. People shake like that. It's a Kundalini spirit, people. Okay? So he laid hands on people. He laid hands on the guy in God TV, unfortunately. He transferred an adulterous spirit on that man and manifested later. He left his faith, he left his wife, he left his ministry. You gotta be careful when they lay hands on you.
Amen.
I've been to altars, I've been to places, pray for people. I'm exhausted. And someone come up to the altar and say, can I pray for you? I say, you put your hands on me. I'm not responsible. Don't slap in your face. They got quick reflex. You grew up in the Bronx, you have to have quick reflex. If you lay hands on me, you know what I mean? It's going to happen. You're going to get dropped. It ain't going to be by the Holy Spirit. I would drop you if you put your hands on me. That seemed too much for you to put hands on me. I don't know you. I went to Texas. I preached. People came from John Hagee's church, Joel Osteen Church. I love John Hagee. I love Joel Osteen. I just have a righteous anger for certain things. I went to this church preach, and then when I left the church in the hallway, they had like 60 people in the hallway. I'm like, where did people come from? And then we want you to pray for us. The service is over, but we drove 5 hours, and we came from Hagee's church. We came 5 hours. 5 hours to come, 5 hours to go back. So I started praying for them. In the end, one guy came up to me. He said, you want me to pray for you? I know you're tired. I said, listen to me, devil. I'm not going to be tired. I'm going to be tired. But I will bust your... You put your hands on me. I'm a radical Christian. Pray for me. I said, I'm from the South Bronx. I will kick. Put your hands on me. I got the 5'4" ministry like Nicky Cruz. I will hit you so hard. you will see Jesus. You with me? Don't be foolish people. Be good ground for Jesus Christ. Don't let people lay hands on you that you don't know. Don't let people give you stuff that you don't know. Don't let people tell you this is holy ground you don't know. Don't buy into the hype. Be smart Christians. Be anointed Christians. Let your Christianity count. As a devil worshiper, I tricked many Christians. Fooled them. Many Christians. They were going to church. I was able to pull the wool over their eyes. I was able to hypnotize their minds. I was able to put witchcraft on them. I was able to make them leave their faith and come follow the devil. I was able to do all this shit. Why that happened? Because they were weak Christians. They were weak Christians. I've been to many witchcraft places, and witches have come to the meeting and challenged the faith, and challenged the cross, and challenged the power of God. In many meetings, I've been to the Caribbean. I've been to St. Croix, big witchcraft. I've been to Tortola, big witchcraft. And the witches show up and say, "I came to destroy your meeting." I said, "Really?" I said, "Take some of this with you." Right here, hit them right here. In the name of Jesus, bang, hit them, fall out. 2 days later, they come back to the meeting and get saved. Why? Because there's no power in the power of Jesus Christ. You're not going to put yourself on. I'm going to put yourself on you. I'm going to put it on you. It's called spiritual butt whipping. I'm going to put it on you. I'm going to leave you here all my clothes on. You're going to leave butt naked. I'm going to put it on you. You're going to find out what God is big. There's people sitting here today. I won't play one song for you. There's people sitting here today that you want to change. You want to get out of the situation you're in. There's humor in Christ. But the truth of the matter is God brought you here because there needs to be a change in your life. If that change doesn't happen, and you don't surrender what you need to surrender, you're not going to make heaven. You're not going to make heaven. People, this is serious stuff. God is not a school teacher. He's going to let you slide. And this is a test that you're not going to, there's no makeover in this test. There's no makeover. One of the things about Christ, that the most dangerous thing for me in Christ, is that you can still be in Christ and still be fired. When I was in devil worshiping, the people that didn't want no more, I went to their funeral because the devil said, "I don't need you, so I'll kill you." So I went to the funerals. The reason the devil couldn't kill me because God had a plan for my life. See, I didn't know the plan. I thought that I was going to be a devil worshiper to the end. I was going to, I did all the ceremonies. There was no more ceremonies to do. I was actually projecting more than anybody else. I had more ranks than anybody else. I had more region than anybody else. I had more territory than anybody else. I destroyed more Christian than anybody else. So there was nothing left for me to do. I did more witchcraft to Christians than anybody else. I destroyed the church more than anybody else. I went to the church and I got demon possessed and grabbed the pastor by the throat. And the pastor didn't even know I was a devil worshiper, sitting around in his church and grabbed him by the throat. He was eating, Twinkies and pound cakes and donuts. Because he couldn't see the devil sitting right in front of the seat, and the devil got up and grabbed him by the throat and picked him up. Wow. How could you not discern that? How could you not discern that there's a witch in the house? Wow. How could you not discern that the devil's sitting in your congregation and he's coming for you, and you're too busy preaching? Not really preaching, he was hollering. Wow. And you don't see the devil's coming for you, and then when he did the altar call, the devil went to the altar call and grabbed him by the throat. So how is it that I did all this devil worshiping? I had human bones in my house. I got married in Halloween. I did all this demonic stuff. Drank more animal blood than anybody else. Cut myself, drank my own blood. If I tell you I was going to kill you in 30 days, I was going to destroy you in 30 days. And the only thing I was in my book, in the first book I got, that was carved, and the only thing I was able to destroy was one lady. Because God showed up to protect her. Because the witchcraft I did to her, she should have died. I did a witchcraft to her. This is the crazy witchcraft I did to her. I bought a coffin. I put in a coffin. I bought 21 candles because the 21 number is the devil. 21 candles. I put the 21 candles. I put all that witchcraft stuff. Put it on her to kill her. And the reason I couldn't kill her, because the devil showed up in my house after the 21 days. He said, "We need to abort the plan because how God said leave her alone."
Praise God. Wow.
And she was in sin. She was in sin. She was hanging out with a married man. And God have mercy and grace on her. When she should have died. You see what I'm saying? So today, God's grace and mercy showed up today in His house.
Amen.
Because this thing that you're doing, that you know you're supposed to do, and you're doing, and God's going to have mercy and grace on you today. So my altar call is very simple today. What you need to divorce. What rope you need to cut. You need to get back to the cross. Not to religion. Not to false doctrine and false teachings. That grace abounds. Don't listen to the hype of grace. That grace goes all the way. Grace go all the way for the person who has a sincere heart to serve God. Grace is not a license to sin. Grace is only cover you when you have a sincere heart and you make an honest mistake. That is grace. That lady made an honest mistake by going out with a married man. Okay, God, she got caught. She got sucker punched by the devil. And when I was supposed to destroy her, God protected her. And I call that chapter Amazing Grace. Because I never seen grace like that as a devil worshiper. When I ex-devil worshiper. Never saw grace like that. I said I destroy many people. I sent people to the nut house. I did witchcraft. They lost their mind. I sent people to. I gave miscarriage and abortions to people. I killed the church in the womb. Doing abortion and witchcraft. I didn't care. The money was right. I'd kill your baby. Because the baby is the church of Jesus Christ. So destroy. That's who I was. I had no conscience. I had nothing. I put my brother in jail for 5 years. You mess with me, I put you in jail. All that kind of witchcraft. And today I'm preaching the word of God. Grace and mercy show up in the house. And grace and mercy wants to show up here today. And I end with this too. I got one song I want to play for you. My people, listen to this. These false prophets and these false preachers, this is what they tell the congregation. We all falling short. This is what they tell the congregation. We all falling short. We all falling short. This is what they say. This is their loophole. This is their loophole to condemn and this is their loophole so they can justify the sin of the lifestyle that they're living. This is what they say. This is their loophole. We all falling short of the grace of God. We are falling short of the grace of God. That's their loophole. That is for the sincere believer. When you're living a lifestyle of something you're not supposed to live, then grace doesn't cover you. That means the devil owns you.
That is true.
King David didn't repent for 1 year when he committed murder and adultery. 1 year he didn't repent. He took 1 year for him to repent. And he sent, and David was so messed up that they sent Nathan the prophet to him. And Nathan the prophet gave him a story. You know the story, the sheep and all that stuff. That brother was so twisted. He said, "Show me the man, I'll kill him." He said, "Bozo, we're talking about you. We're talking about you. All this time, the story is you." He was so twisted that he couldn't repent. His mind was so gone that he couldn't repent. Are you willing to repent today? Are you willing to come and get your freedom? Are you willing to come and cut the rope? Or you want to live in the mediocre life that you have in Christ and hoping that the day you close your eyes, you make Jesus proud? It's up to you. I want to play one song for my friend in Times Square Church. Her name is Misty. She's an awesome worshiper. I want to play this song to you. And I want you to reflect. Where you at? Where you going? Or you want to finish the race in the book of Revelation. Chapter 22 say, we cross the finish line. Do you have the endurance to cross the finish line? In the book of Revelation, chapter 22. Do you have the endurance to cross that finish line? Or what's holding you back from God's best? So I'm going to play this song for you. And I want you to tell me. I want you to come. I want you to stand up on your feet. Let me play this song for you. People, there's no Catholics here. Get up, come on. I want to play this song for you. This song, every time I play it, it means the word to me, this song. People, I can preach, hoop and holler. I can make you do cartwheels. I was a con artist in the world. I was a smooth talker. I can talk better than Obama. I don't care if you're black, and you voted for him. I'm telling you the truth. I grew up in the ghetto. I can say anything about black people and Puerto Ricans. I grew up in the ghetto. I ain't seen a white person until I was in my teens. I ain't know white people existed. I tell you the truth. I grew up in the ghetto. So I can say anything about blacks and all that stuff. I grew up in the ghetto. All that stuff. Oh, my nigga, what's up? I grew up all of that. No, don't get it twisted. I grew up in all that. So I in the project, it was me and my homies. Either you're black or Puerto Rican. There weren't white people in the projects. They're the ones I grew up in. And I'm not mocking white people. I'm telling the truth. People, we need to get right. We need to know that the King of Kings is Jesus Christ. Now, who's in the White House? Okay? They don't hold your tomorrows. Okay? And then, I don't care if it's Obama. I don't care if you put a Puerto Rican in the White House. Don't even put a Puerto Rican in the White House. Because forget it. It's bad now. Put a Puerto Rican in the White House. They'll be having conga parties. Look at the mayor. Look at now. We're going to bring all these refugees in. All these refugees. All the mothers and the kids. They're setting us up. We're being set up. We're being set up. I saw one of them refugees. I thought that brother had a football equipment on. That's how big he was. And he didn't even have football equipment. And he got off the boat. You know, that brother don't need no help. The size of that brother. He could be playing NFL. So we be, you know, the reason they're setting us up because the church is asleep. Because the church was praying. And the church was in its place. There's no hell, no devil, no witch, no vex, no voodoo can get into this country. But the church is preaching how I can build you up, how I can make a better you, how you can get rich, how you can get a. I came on. Matter of fact, I came on Delta. I don't have a jet. Jesus didn't have, I'm embarrassed. Jesus didn't have a jet either. I didn't have a jet. You know, I came in Delta. Matter of fact, they canceled my trip, and I was supposed to go to Atlanta, from Atlanta to here. They canceled my trip, and they sent me to Detroit, and here. So I didn't have a jet, so I have no say so. I don't have a limo. I don't have, you know, I was, the other day I was in, I don't know how you pronounce it, Kudasai, right next to Aruba in Venezuela. I was preaching it. They told me that there's some preacher that if you don't have a Yukon or you don't have a Yukon Escalade with tinted windows, they won't come because they want to be picked up on it. And then they want 5-star hotel. They want 5-star hotel, 5-star meals, and on top of 5-star meals, they want a 5-star hotel. Or they won't come to your meeting. And plus, you got to pay the honorarium before they come.
Wow.
These are the people I'm preaching to you about here now. So they want you to pay the $15,000 or $50,000 per service before they come. And if you have, then the Pope was fake too. The Pope had a fiat. Come on, please. He got paid for that. Announcing the fiat. He got paid for that. So these are the false prophets. This is the condition we're in. There's a remnant that God is trying to wake up, and a remnant of we Christians that God is trying to revive, so we could be the army of the Most High God.
Amen.
So how is it? When the pastor told me, the pastor asked me, "You coming here?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "What do you want in your hotel?" I said, "Water and grapes." I don't need to lose weight. Come on now. I don't need to lose weight. I look good. I'm a sexy Puerto Rican. So right now, I'm more sexy than Nikki Cruz. Amen? Sexy Puerto Rican. Amen? I told him water. What I got in my hotel? Water and grapes.
Water and grapes.
That's all I got. Green grapes and water.
Yep.
I didn't ask for no, 5-star hotel. I said, just put me somewhere that got no bed bugs. A lot of hotels got bed bugs.
Yes.
Put me somewhere with no bed bugs, and we cool. Jesus slept on the dirt. Jesus didn't have a microphone. Jesus had to get on the boat and push back. That was his mic. There's a preacher, and I'll tell you who she is above your eyes. She's awesome. She's anointed. Cindy Trim.
Yeah.
She said if you don't have a special mic, if she come preach, she won't preach in your church.
Wow.
You have to buy that special mic.
Oh, really? Wow. Oh, my God.
You have a preacher, there was an LA preacher. You know LA preachers, right? A preacher he had a mega church in California. He went to a place that I preach. He went to two different places where I preach. It was two different times, right short distance. We thank God when you meet face to face. Thank God, pray for me. When you meet face to face, this preacher, LA preacher, right? He went to a church that I had preached months later. After he went months before, I went months later. He came 1 hour late. He got paid $12,000, and he came with his poodle called Boo. He got a dog called Boo, and he took the dog Boo, and he put him right under the altar, and he got there 1 hour late.
Wow.
And plus, he said, "Let me sneak in the green room because I'm tired,
Wow.
and I'll let you know when I'm ready to preach."
Wow.
And the place was packed
Wow.
because people buy into the lie.
That's the sad.
That's the condition of the church. People buy it. And then that same preacher, I went to Totola. I preached there, and he preached there 2 months before. And as soon as he finished preaching, he didn't go to the hotel and change. He went with the same clothes he had on to the strip joint.
Wow.
He went to the strip joint with the same clothes. Well, at least change. Put on an outfit. Disguise yourself. You're going to do something crazy. And then that same preacher, in the church that I preach, he ran a tab of booze for $1,000.
Wow.
And he said he's anointed.
Wow.
Anointed by who? You see what I'm saying, people? See, this is the condition in church that we buy into that, and then they pack up the place. Because people are not chasing the presence of God anymore. They're chasing the gifts. We don't know who's running the gifts. We don't know who's operating under the gifts. Because the lady was saying, those men are the Most High God.
Yeah.
Oh, they come to preach the good news to you. That's what the lady was saying. And Paul, after 3 days, Paul said, devil, get behind me. So who's preaching to you? What church are you going to? Who's preaching to you? Why would you come this far to get deliverance? When you can be delivering your own church. If Jesus was there. The same Jesus here is supposed to be the same Jesus in your church. Am I right? People, you want my tithes? You want my money? You better earn it, Jack. Show me something you want me to pay you. Show me something you want my tithes, because my tithe will go somewhere else. I'm a good tithe. I'm a generous person to the kingdom. I give to Child's Cry. I give to Free New York, which is my church I go to. I tithe. I give offerings. I give to 700 Club. I give to Dr. Michael Brown, which is I'm winning Jewish people for Jesus Christ. I give a lot. But I'm giving to the right places. And there's nothing missing, nothing broken in my life. We're not going to pimp the cross together, Jack.
That's right.
Love don't live here anymore. I'm not pimping the cross with you. I'm not pimping. I'm not paying for your suit. I'm not putting gas on your jet.
Thank you.
I'm not buying no alligator shoes for you. Mine's a leather. You're not going to dress better than me. I heard one day, and I tell you the truth, Benny Hinn had all these prayers. He threw them on the garbage and put the money in his pocket and walked out with 30 grand. See, people don't want, people don't want to hear the truth. People don't want to hear the truth. I don't care if you get to my ministry, I still pray for you. And if I need to cast out a few devils, hey, listen, bring it. As long as you're free, you're free. I tell people, if you want to give something to the ministry, you give. You don't have. I still cast out the devil out of you. One day, God bless you, and you remember me.
That's true.
That's it.
Amen. That's true.
Because how is it that I can't cast out the devil with you if you don't have $5.95?
Amen. God don't charge for the gifts. Thank you.
Exactly.
Amen.
And the Bible says that every worker is due their wages,
Yes.
right? But if you work in the right way, if you own a company, you have lazy worker, you gonna pay them?
No.
You got someone cheating on the clock, you gonna pay them? You got someone instead of taking a half-hour lunch, he's taking 2-hour lunch. You gonna pay him? No. Don't be stupid. Why are you paying these people? So my altar call is simple. Let me play my song. iPhone girls, iPhone. Get an iPhone. I know you're Chinese. I know my Chinese people. You like the Galaxy stuff. I know my Chinese people. Where y'all from?
Here. I'm from New York.
You from New York? What part of New York you from?
Queens.
Where in Queens?
Yeah, it's like near,
You don't know where you're from, girl. You don't know where you're from. You're from Queens. You don't know where's this. Queens, where? You from where? Like, College Queens? You from Regal Park?
Regal Park.
All right, talk to me, girl. What about you? China? I want to go to China one day and preach my heart out.
Yeah.
China, listen, I seen this thing that blew my mind. I'm going to tell you right now. My Chinese people are awesome. They receive Bibles in a suitcase. You seen that? I don't know if you seen that on Facebook.
Yeah.
Some people walk to get the Word of God. Meanwhile, we got like 5 or 10 Bibles in the house. We don't pick up one. Some pastors friends of mine went to China to preach, and the lady told they were going to an underground church, and she told my pastor friend, "Let me hold the Bible for you in case we get caught. I'm willing to die." That's serving Jesus Christ. She said, "Let me hold the Bible for you in case we get caught, because I'm willing to die."
Wow. That's awesome.
My Chinese people will put us to shame.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Okay, I'm gonna preach in North Korea one day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna set it off over there too. I'm going to Japan next year. I'm gonna set it off in Japan. I like to go places that Jesus is not there. What I mean by that is 1% Christianity in Japan. So that's a lot of ground to win for Jesus Christ. That's a lot of ground.
Big enough.
I'm gonna break it. I don't eat sushi. That's okay, but I'm gonna set it off anyway. Huh?
Jesus can handle it.
That's right. That's right. Let me end with this. Before the song. Let me end with this. Jesus told the man in the tomb, "What is your name?" Jesus told the man in the tomb, "What is your name?" And the man said, "Legion." Legion is not a name.
It's thousands.
Yeah. You hear me? It says, "I cast that legion out of you." I cast that. First of all, legion is not a one spirit. It's a regiment. It's a regiment of numbers of demons. So it's from 2,000 to 6,000 demons in that man. So the demon was telling Jesus. See, Jesus. If you read the Bible, Jesus was casting out one demon at a time. Yes. One, and he came across that man. So the demon said. The reason the demon said, "My name is Legion," they were trying to intimidate Jesus. This is many of us, Jack. One of you. Look, we got 6,000 right here, Jack. You want some of this? And Jesus said, "Same way I cast out one fool,
Amen.
the power I got." So the reason Jesus allowed that man to say that I am Legion, because Jesus was showing us today that there's no power like Jesus Christ. There's no power like Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. No power. No power. No power like Jesus Christ. No power. No power like Jesus. Jesus said, "Come again." Jesus said, "Come again." Legion, let me show you my power. Let me show you the power of the cross of Jesus Christ.
Amen.
He cast all, matter of fact, I would say he cast all 6,000 of them, and two of them went into the pig. 2,000 went into the pig. Do the math. And they calculated, let me know, I'll help you out. Went into the pig, and Jesus said, "Clean the house," because there's no power like Jesus Christ. And then he set the man free. Listen to this. He set the man free. And he was the first person, the first Gentile that Jesus sent out to evangelize. Before he sent the 12 and the 70. Jesus haven't sent no one out to evangelize yet. He was the first person that came to his right mind. And Jesus, he said, "I go with you, Jesus." Jesus said, no. Go out and tell people how good God was to you. He was the first Gentile to bring the word. That brother was back. Come on. He was the first Gentile that Jesus commissioned from the tombs, brought him back to life, and said, "Go tell the world what I've done for you." And today we're still talking about it. See? So it wasn't the 12 that went out first. Don't get it wrong. It wasn't the 70 that went out. It was that one person that Jesus commissioned, and he went out and evangelized. I'm going to play my song. This song will rock your world. I want you to focus on this and then come up to the altar call. I love the Lord. And He is. There's no one like Jesus, man.
Amen.
I want you to listen to this song. Let it hit your spirit, please. We got to watch and pray. We got to watch and pray.
Watch for
That's the condition we need. I want you to listen to this, people. I want you to worship in this song.
And for God's sacrifice, He saved this world with His Son's life. God must have agonized and grieved to watch His child suffer and bleed, but He knew the blood that His Son spilled there would save the world from her despair. So that 2,000 years ago, God put His power in the flow, and the sin of the world could not pollute it. Years and time could not dilute it. Jesus' blood still washes. The blood still cleanses. And after all these years, the blood still has miraculous power. So if you need healing for your life, you tossed and turned and prayed all night, because the doctor said to you that there was nothing he could do, my friend. No matter how you feel, keep saying, by His stripes I'm healed. That's when the blood will take control, and then His healing virtues flow. When Jesus' blood is covering you, every sickness, demon, devil has to move. Jesus' blood, it still washes. The blood, it still cleanses. And after all these years, the blood still has miraculous power. So today, if you're sick in your body, and if you're a sinner, and if you're in trouble,
My altar call is simple. You want the blood of Jesus Christ to set you free. That is my altar call. My altar call, if you don't know, that's an emotional song for me because I was given a second chance. Don't know why. Don't understand it. But I embraced it. I got my second chance. And I live for Jesus Christ all the days of my life. The world got nothing to give me. The world can't take it away. And all about Jesus. My question to you today, my altar call is, I'm going to do my altar call in two different ways. There's people here that don't know Jesus. You got religion. And if you were to die today, you won't make heaven. I don't care if you got 10, 15 years left, 20 years of your life, let it be the best years of your life in Jesus.
Amen.
Regardless of the times that it's coming. Let your life count. Don't be a Moses generation. Moses generation died in the desert. We don't need to die in the desert of our lives. My core is simple. Do you know Jesus as your Lord and Savior? Do you know Jesus as your Lord and Savior? If you don't, raise your hand. I'll pray for you. Don't be mistaken. Don't let the devil lie to you. There's people here that don't know Jesus. You got religion. There's people here that backslid in their hearts. And you think that you are in a delusional, deliberate spirit at this condition that you're in, that you think that you know Jesus, but you're playing with fire. So I'm going to say it one more time before I do my second altar call. If you don't know Jesus, then let me pray for you. Amen? My second altar call is if you need to divorce, if you need to break loose, if you need to break ties, if you need to break legal rights, that the devil got stuff on you. You know what the devil has on you. Let's not play games. Let's not play church. You can fool me, but you're not going to fool the Holy Spirit. If you could, today's a Friday night. You came from work. You could have went home. What will God bring you here? What will God bring you from far and from close? Because He wants. You didn't come to see a man. You came to see a man. You missed the whole message, Jack. You lose out. Because if you can't, I will never go see a man. I go see the man, Jesus Christ. If you come to see a man because of TV and all that stuff, you are whacked out. You need to come and repent and come get Jesus for real. You came because you know that Jesus wants to do something in your life. That's the only reason you're here. And that's the only reason we got this conference. We don't exalt men in any conference. Not the ones I go to. I will not allow that. We exalt the cross of Jesus Christ to set you free. So if you have something in your life that you need to break, you need to let go, that has you by the throat, come, I'll pray for you. Come, I pray for you. Come, I pray for you. Whatever you got, whatever you want to be free. I live my life in freedom in Jesus. I'm free. The devil shows him out, I punch him in the head. You don't play games with me, devil. You can kill me in the word, you don't kill me nothing. I'm in Jesus. So I set it off.